This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and joining me today, it's the Travelin Perries. They are up in Canada, in Ontario. We're going to find out exactly where. We're going to pinpoint them, find out where they are, just in case we need to drop in on them somewhere. It's Charles and Jesseca. Hey, Charles and Jesseca Perry. How are you guys?
Hi. Nice to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, absolutely great to have you on, and thanks for making time for us today. Nice day today in Ontario.
Beautiful weather. Yeah, wonderful day. Wonderful summer day.
Excellent. We were talking ahead of time, and I was seeing a little wafts of smoke coming up behind you both, and you got a little fire pit going on there.
Yeah, we're in our campsite here at the Bon Echo Family Campground, just enjoying the nice summer day, have a fire going.
Wonderful. And you say you're not too far from Ottawa, right?
Yeah, we're really close to Ottawa. It's about an hour away west from here. So yeah, or actually east of here. Ottawa's an hour east of here.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. And I can see I got a little bit of a view of what you live in behind you. Can you tell us what that is?
So we have it's a 31-foot Salem by Forest River, and it has 3 pop-outs. It's a big one.
Yeah, it's heavy for sure. Yeah, it's got the double bunkhouse on the back for the kids, which is really convenient. It's a great layout. We love it.
Yeah. And
we've pulled it from Ontario all the way to British Columbia, Vancouver Island, back to Ontario again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are. Yeah, and so you are native Canadians, right?
That's right. Yeah, born and raised in Ontario, Canada, and we've spent the last year out in British Columbia exploring the West Coast, and now we're back in Ontario for the summer.
Wonderful. The kids love it. They're enjoying traveling around.
Oh yeah.
They do. Yeah, they have a good time. They're happy to be back in Ontario, seeing our family and friends, but they really did enjoy the West Coast. It was a great experience for us all.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
We left in April of last year. We have a house here in Ontario, and we just decided to rent it out.
Yeah.
We put all our big stuff in storage and started to drive around.
Well, that is really cool. You're able to work from there and do your thing.
For sure, yeah. We do, Charles does work camping, so we typically work at the campsites where we stay. And I work online. I teach English as a second language, and I'm also working for a law firm remotely, which I was doing before we started traveling.
I see. So English as a second language. So I'm assuming French is the first language.
No, well, English is the first language for me. The second language for the people who I teach, and their first language is usually Chinese or Polish or Korean. I teach a lot of people in Asia. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's really interesting. So now, do you have a little bit of a smattering of some of those languages? If you run into a little language?
I have a little bit of a basic understanding, but there is a language barrier for sure that is a little difficult to overcome, but it's okay. Most of my students are really well versed already, so it's just enhancing what they already know, which is nice.
Terrific. It's interesting because the sort of little English language, and I could say here in the States of American vernacular, and I guess Canadian, there's little things that are just outside the general English language. Those are probably the things they have to kind of latch onto the most, right?
That's right, exactly. That's right. Yeah, you've got it.
And Charles, you work camping. That sounds like fun. Keeps you in shape, I guess, right?
Yeah, it keeps me moving, keeps me going. We do a lot of grass cutting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maintenance of the property and just stuff like that. So it's a lot of just trimming trees and just keeping the place looking nice and
dealing with any issues that arise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trip breaker, anything like that.
So a
Yeah,
little bit of
helping
mechanical skill set involved, I guess, too, right? Huh?
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. General knowledge will go a long way with just keeping things moving.
for
Good
sure.
for you.
sure.
That's great. Well,
Yeah.
it sounds like a lot of fun, and both of you doing some great things. We're gonna take a
Yeah, we
quick
are.
break. Yeah, we'll take a quick break and come back and chat a little more about some of the places you've been and where you might be going
All right, sounds
here
good.
in 2022. My guests are the Travelin Perries. It is Charles and Jesseca, and we'll be back right after these words. Stay tuned.
Here are 5 words every RV enthusiast should know: advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. That's what the RV Advisor was built on, along with protecting your rights. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We're back on the RV Advisor podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and my guests are the Perrys. It's Charles and it's Jesseca, and they are traveling all over the great country of Canada, where they're from. And, you know, here on the show, on the pod, we have mostly guests that live in the States, but lots of folks have joined us from Canada and other points on the globe. Which is always fun. We love to keep this international vibe happening here on the pod, which is great. And you shared with us earlier that you were out west, in western part of the country, British Columbia, and so forth. Why don't you hit us with a highlight or two of something that you've seen in just the last couple of months, maybe, that really stood out.
British Columbia was beautiful. It was the most stunning place that we've been across Canada thus far. We've gone from coast to coast, from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. So we can say we've covered quite a bit of terrain over the last few years, but the West Coast by far is just so stunning and beautiful. We stayed in a little town called Golden, BC last summer, which is surrounded by the Purcell and Rocky Mountains, and we have access to Banff, Jasper, and Glacier National Parks, which was just absolutely gorgeous. I definitely recommend the town of Golden, BC, summer or winter, because in the winter time they have the Kicking Horse ski resort up in the mountains there, which is also a beautiful place to visit. Yeah, we had lots of fun there for sure.
Yeah.
And we went to the island.
Yeah,
Vancouver Island.
Nanaimo on the island. We were only an hour from Vancouver. Victoria, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when we were there, we only had, I think, 10 days of snow, and being from Ontario, I'm used to
6 months of snow.
Yeah, so only having less than 2 weeks of snow was
nice.
Very mild temperatures, which was really nice. I think it only went down to, now this is a little thrown off for you, so -7, so that would be,
yeah, -7 Celsius. Yeah.
I'm just trying to see the
Convert to
thermometer.
Oh,
Fahrenheit.
that would be so that, let's see, -7 Celsius would be somewhere about minus 32 or 30 or something like that.
Fahrenheit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that was only, like I said, for the 2 weeks, and then it was
pretty mild
we
thereafter.
we had spring temperatures pretty much through the whole winter. It was really nice. I like that.
Yeah, it was a good year out west for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one of these days here in the States, we'll eventually, I'd like to say we'll convert to the Celsius to the centigrade, system, but I don't know. I don't know. I've gotten a little used to it because I've done a little bit of traveling overseas, and you get a little bit of a feel for it. I know that 30 degrees is a hot day. You know, I can tell tell you that much.
Yeah.
So you travel now. You mostly travel Canada. Do you ever get down into the States at all? Does that happen from time to time?
Not yet. We haven't driven into the States with this rig yet. No, it might be on the docket for some future expeditions. Maybe we'll head down into Mexico one day. But for now, our goal is to cover all of Canada. So we really want to get up into the territories as our next sort of endeavor. We haven't been up there at all. So we're hoping to be able to do some of that next summer.
Yeah.
And maybe once we feel fulfilled in our journey across Canada, we'll start exploring other countries.
Well, that is terrific. And you know, I've said this, we've talked about this so many times on the show with guests, that particularly with guests that have young children, as you both do. What an education
For sure.
for you know, for the kids and you too. But I mean, it
Yeah.
is, I've often said, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, textbooks are great, and reading about it on your tablet or whatever you use to learn is awesome. But when you're standing in the middle of it,
For sure.
it's hard to replace, right?
For sure.
When you can figure out the difference between like a regular harbor seal or another, just a sea lion coming into the bay, and the kids get to see them up close and personal other than in a picture in a book.
Yeah.
And you get to sit there and have your little talk about it. And it to me, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I couldn't agree more. I think that is just terrific. You're giving them a gift they'll always remember and treasure. I think it's just awesome. Well, listen, we'd love to have you back. It's you know, maybe the next time you come on, you'll be somewhere else, somewhere really spectacular, and we can get a bird's eye view of just where you are, and you know, share with us. Why don't you let folks know where they can find you online?
Instagram, we're at Travelin Perries, TRAVLIN, Travelin Perries, PERRIES.
Yeah.
That's Instagram. We don't really have much content anywhere else. We kind of like to keep it simple for now.
Right.
It's a lot of work traveling and having the kids and the family and the dog. So our social media is something that comes second to all of that. I think that's an important factor to remember for this lifestyle, is we're here for a reason. We want to be enjoying our time, and we don't necessarily want to be spending it all online. So definitely we're on Instagram. Feel free to send us a message if you have any questions. We love chatting with new RVers and new people on the road. Yeah, that's it right there.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. You've got you've got close to 2,700 followers, which is terrific. And I'm looking at some of these great photos that you took, and they're absolutely wonderful. It really captures the spirit of your visits, and I think it's just great. Well, you know, and the next time we talk, I'm sure we'll find you someplace else. And
definitely, yeah, we'd love to chat again.
Yeah, it would be great. It would be great. So, well, Charles, Jessica, thank you so much. Safe travels, fun journeys, and we'll catch up down the road.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. There they are. It is Charles. It is Jesseca Perry, the Travelin Perries. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment. Stay tuned.
The rights of the RV enthusiast are important. That's why the RV Advisor has built a nationwide network of RV owners, empowering you with advice you can trust. Visit thervadvisor.com.
Welcome back to the RV Advisor podcast, wrapping things up. And before we say goodbye, we got to hop over to the RV Advisor newsroom and Jody Needle. Hey, Jody, how are you?
I'm great, Tom. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thanks. Good to see you again. And I know that you're always working on stories for us. What do we got cooking?
Sure. I'm looking at some of the economic impact that the RV business has on the economy.
Okay, all right. And I know that's fairly sizable. And then also some consumer news.
Absolutely. Sometimes when the RV owner drives the RV off the lot, you know, they encounter problems and they just don't know who to turn to. And oftentimes the dealer will say it's the manufacturer's problem, and then the manufacturer will say it's the dealer's problem. So then what do you do?
What do you do? Well, we'll find out what you do when we check out the next newsletter that comes out on the 22nd. That's Friday the 22nd. So for Jody Needle and the whole crew here at the RV Advisor podcast, I'm Tom Alexander saying thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
Did you enjoy this video? Be sure to like, comment, and share, and hit the bell icon. Remember, ding ding, so that you're notified when new videos are uploaded. As always, don't forget to subscribe.